You're watching Throttle House Express. I'm Thomas.
And I'm James.
And this is the Nissan QX80.
Nope. Infiniti
It's the Infiniti QX80.
Credit to Thomas, it is based on a Nissan.
An Armada.
And we don't do this vehicle very often.
No.
However, I am absurdly familiar with this particular vehicle because this has been our crew car for a week in California, but I also lived with it at Christmas for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm a month into my QX80 journey, and boy, I mean...
That's not a very exciting sentence.
Listen, this is built for Americans. I've been in North America for 12 years now.
Yeah.
It's time for me to get used to these behemoths.
It is a behemoth. This is a redesign of this car because the previous gen of this looked like Moby Dick had sex with an Escalade. It was really hideous.
I think, yeah, when I saw it in gloss black with all the chrome accents, it wasn't the prettiest. This actually is pretty cool looking.
It's not bad. You know what? It doesn't look bad.
Well,
and it is big. It's a truck underneath.
And it's jumping into the ring with an Escalade.
Yes, it is.
So it has to look imposing.
Yeah.
It has to look presidential.
Yeah. Presidential?
Presidential.
You can't give it presidential.
Okay, fine. Bruce Wayne accidentally had triplets. That's the Cadillac Escalade.
Yes.
So this is, who's Bruce Wayne's enemy?
The Joker? He's not having triplets with anybody.
Yeah. Not after they've seen
Anyway,
Joker
this
2.
has air springs all the way around, independent rear suspension, can tow 8,500 pounds, and it starts at $82,000. You see, I'm getting stuff done. That's how this works.
No, that's good. That's good. However, that does put it right in line with the Escalade.
Yeah,
the
it's
Escalade,
also not 82,000, it's 110,000 because it's the autograph.
It is the autograph.
What's up with it?
That's top trim.
Why is everybody copying the Range Rover autobiography?
Yeah, that's close.
That's what that is.
And like the Palisade calligraphy.
The calligraphy.
It's obviously the PH sound, that So if you want to make a really expensive one, just call it the and then you've got the fanciest
It's the
SUV.
top quality journalism you come to Throttle House for.
I really liked living with this.
Yep.
It's been particularly good in the winter because it doesn't fit in my garage because it's so stupidly big.
Yes. Why does that make it good?
Well, because I've been using remote start more than I ever have. And so I have, not that, a lot of vehicles have that, but as an association, it's a ball of warmth as I get in every time. So if you've done it once before, it won't do it again. It punishes you. That's one of the things about the remote start. But it is not a perfect vehicle.
It's not. Why?
I think we'll find out when we drive it.
It's also made by Nissan.
Yeah. Well, that is the catch, isn't it?
You can imply what you want from that. I just made a statement.
Listen, they've come a short way.
Can I drive it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very fancy inside.
Yeah. Ooh. All right, here we go.
Okay, when I say fancy inside, I meant with an asterisk.
Yeah, is it that they've copied at least one thing from every other manufacturer?
Copying is fine if you take it and improve on it.
Right.
I don't know if they've done that anywhere.
Okay, good.
But
that's Audi. That looks exactly like Audi.
It even has the haptic buttons that gives you exactly the same feedback.
Right.
And the black levels are not as good.
No.
These materials here aren't good. It feels quite premium. It looks quite premium. Seats are very comfortable.
It's very Lexus in design.
Very Lexus.
Yeah,
very
that
Lexus.
part is. This part right here is Mercedes.
Yes.
Right? The steering wheel has got something else going on. I don't know. I'll give them that they're late to the party of the next generation of luxury SUVs. So there's only so many ideas that exist. So they've just, I guess, run out of ideas.
There's some weird stuff, like the way you interact with certain things is strange. Like this scroll wheel here.
Why is it on an angle?
So this button operates the right screen, this button operates the gauge cluster, which is fine. Except if I try and navigate CarPlay, it's backwards. So here, scroll that wheel.
It's dumb anyway because Apple CarPlay is a touchscreen, which this is, right? So at least it has that.
Yes.
That wasn't confusing.
The CarPlay has been giving up on us a lot this trip. It was fine with me in Canada, so I don't know what's going on there.
Okay.
There is some clever, cool new industry stuff going on here. This has biometric cooling.
What the heck is that?
There's an infrared sensor somewhere. I haven't seen it, I guess because you can't see infrared.
Good point.
But it sees if anyone in the second row is hot, and it directs cool air towards them.
That is actually pretty cool. That's like S-Class stuff. That sounds like something that an S-Class would come up with.
I know. It has heated and ventilated second row seats, it has heated and ventilated front row seats and massaging seats. They're crap.
Oh.
The massaging seat is just one air cushion that goes in and out. It doesn't feel like a small dwarf behind you kneading your back.
Right.
This has the 24 speaker Klipsch sound system.
Yep.
It's pretty good. But right now you're cruising on a body-on-frame truck, basically.
Yeah, the ride is good.
The ride is good.
The ride is good.
Got a 3.5 litre twin-turbo V6 with 450 horsepower.
It moves.
It moves!
That's fine. That's fine. I got no problem with that in terms of luxury power.
Yeah, it's not quite as sophisticated as certain like BMW powertrains. And I wrote in my notes for this car, I think I wrote one note. Got my phone here and the wireless
Sounds
charger.
like the 350Z, or the whatever the hell it's called. The new Z.
New Z, yeah.
Yeah.
My one note for this was that the transmission, like a marriage, there are more jerks than you want there to be. So the transmission.
I'm not going to read into that.
The transmission is also not quite as like refined, especially when the engine's cold.
Right.
But
okay.
otherwise, it's quite a nice 9-speed.
You know what this reminds me of? You know when they try and make an airplane on the inside seem like fancy, classy, and modern?
Yes.
But no matter what, you're still in a thin steel tube.
Right.
And then the plane lands and you see, it does that. That's the vibe that I get from this. It's got that kind of superficial level of luxury.
So you don't feel completely tricked into being into
a full luxury vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that said, we're being hypercritical.
No, I think this is a great car.
Because this is driving extremely well. The steering is good, the ride is good, throttle calibration is good, brake calibration is good. It's not doing anything weird. And you know what? The fact that it can tow more than most of its competitors and is at an okay price, you know, people will buy one.
I was ready to be underwhelmed by it, but
Yeah.
as I said, I had it at Christmas, so I had every single seat filled in this car.
Yeah.
When I was driving, and everyone was happy.
That's rare.
Yeah.
That's rare.
We've got a refrigerator box here,
Oh.
which is quite loud,
Oh my God, okay.
but when
I
it's
see,
closed,
yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
You've got a little screen back
Storage.
there.
Decent materials here, this is all good.
In isolation, it's a fantastic vehicle.
Yeah.
I even like the view out of the front. This sort of like Batman symbol looking,
Yeah.
where it meets the.
No. I think it's styled well. It drives well. Even though the interior is a complete copy of everything else that's going on right now, at least it's functional. Okay, well, I won't finish that sentence because it hasn't been totally functional.
No.
Other than that, I think this is quite a good. I just wouldn't get one. I would get an Escalade.
Yeah,
I'd get an Escalade.
The Escalade is so good.
The Escalade just drives really, really well, right?
And it's more purposeful in the way it's done a lot of this stuff.
It is. I like the leathers in this more than I liked in the Escalade, though. That's
what I mean. It feels solid. I don't think this feels worse than modern Mercedes.
No, that's not much of an accomplishment these days.
But it's something.
Sure.
That's a point to infinity, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, look at this thing coming up behind us. Sidebar for a second. It's like a Cayenne, first-gen Cayenne that's like Safari built with like. Okay, I'm gonna count the rally lights on it. 1, 6, 10. There's 10 rally lights on it.
How would you convert that person to buy one of these?
There's no way.
You couldn't.
No.
You'd be like, oh, there's a speaker in the headrest for phone calls.
They're desert people. You can't communicate with them.
Listen, neither you or I are in a position
ridiculous.
to need a car of this size.
No, of course not.
However, I did need it for a few weeks.
Right.
And it did me well, but I feel like, you know, maybe Escalade. When I think about things like the Sequoia.
Yeah.
The Sequoia
rides worse than this.
Well, it's weird because the Sequoia is quite expensive, but it's
Yep.
still slightly a class below, right? It's the Nissan Fighter. But then the LX is more money than this.
But that's a Land Cruiser. That's different. Underneath.
It is, but it's also a fighter to this. It's much more wallowy. It's more plush, but it's more wallowy.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty sharp. I was doing some evasive maneuvers on the highway, and it controls itself well.
I agree. Yeah, going around a corner right here. Just gonna get some... Yeah, it's fine. Right away, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, and the steering is good too, actually.
Like in an LX.
Nissan's doing good steering right now.
Yeah,
Like,
you'd be scared in an LX doing that.
you would.
Yeah.
That's not what an LX is for.
All right, well, let's pop out and have a little chat.
Okay.
I like it.
Do you?
I like it.
Okay.
It's a huge improvement.
So you get it over an Escalade?
Why would you ask me that? No,
No.
but only because of the Bruce Wayne look.
Oh.
I don't know. They're close,
Yeah.
but the Escalade is king, and this has done nothing seriously to dethrone it. It has, however, redeemed itself, and I really like the QX80 we drove in San Francisco last year.
It was good.
It was good.
Ride a little bit unrefined. But other than that, it was nice.
I think Infiniti's biggest problem is it has to be, oh God, it hurts to say these words.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm on a press junket. It has to be competitive. But it does. If no other brand existed, this would be perfect, and so would the QX60. But they do, and so it isn't.
Got an Escalade.